Stop. 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 DWI.
You're watching University Union Television, Channel 7, Syracuse University.
Tonight on Campus 7 News, we'll look at one man's attempt to educate children about AIDS.
SUNY college students are in for a housing fee increase.
Denise Faulkner will tell us about WJPZ's Information Forum.
Kevin Martinez will give us a look at sports.
And we're in for a beautiful weekend. Stay tuned for details on Campus 7 News. Good evening, I'm Andrea Gattini.
And I'm Kyle Kraska. Although the Soviet Union diplomatic expulsion war has escalated in the U.S., arms talks may not suffer.
In a TV speech repeating his opposition to Star Wars, Mikhail Gorbachev made only a brief mention of the expelled U.S. diplomats. Hopefully, this implies the issue is not tied to arms control. In his speech, Gorbachev said the Soviet Union ordered 5 more diplomats to leave the country in retaliation for Tuesday's actions. But various other issues on the diplomatic front were stressed. Gorbachev said SDI has stopped the road to disarmament and it is a major obstacle. It's apparent that important officials on both sides have been expelled, yet both sides do not appear eager to link the diplomatic actions to progress in arms control.
Dozens of Soviet employees of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow stayed away from work today. This is the Kremlin's response to the expulsion of 55 Soviet employees in the United States. Yaroslav Werner, spokesperson for the embassy, confirmed that none of its Soviet staff were working. He said that it's too early to say how the Americans will replace them. At a press conference on Wednesday, the Soviet foreign minister announced that in retaliation for the U.S. expulsion of the diplomats, the Kremlin was kicking out 5 more American officials. He also said the Soviet staff at the embassy and consulate were being removed and will be replaced by temporary staff. Reagan's response to this is that the expulsion of Soviet diplomats on Tuesday was part of an effort to even Soviet with United States diplomat representations in the two countries.
The WJPZ controversy continues. Here's Denise Faulkner with an update. Denise?
Thank you. WJPZ Radio held an information session yesterday in the Syracuse University Shine Center Goldstein Auditorium. Approximately 60 students and 15 WJPZ staffers attended the session. Bob Tyrinsky from the Student Government Association moderated the discussion. Rob Burrell, WJPZ station manager, wished there would have been a larger turnout. He said the purpose of the information session was to inform students about WJPZ's current radio format and to let students know what WJPZ is trying to accomplish as a radio station. The format has come under the attack of some students who feel their rights have been violated. One such group, the Society of Afro-American Students, was upset at WJPZ's dropping 2 blocks which played rap and non-crossover urban contemporary. They proved their dissatisfaction by walking out of the session. Other students feel that if $3 of each student fee is allocated to WJPZ, they should hear the music they want. 3 students, Nancy Coviello, Melly Pennington, and Nani Randall, formed and circulated a petition which received over 600 signatures expressing discontent with WJPZ's format. Mark Bokoff, WJPZ's general manager, explained last night that WJPZ has to follow a contemporary hits format because it's in their bylaws. According to Bokoff, station employees are preparing themselves for future jobs by tackling WJPZ's tough format. Rob Burrell hopes the session will end the controversy, but doesn't think it will. And now, back to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Denise. There seems to be a little mix-up in the Maryland basketball program. Ted DeLuca has all the details. Ted?
Well, Kyle, one day after head basketball coach Lefty Driesell resigned at the University of Maryland, his successor was named, but surprisingly it was not assistant coach Ron Bradley, but Bob Wade, who was up to the college ranks from Dunbar High School in Baltimore. In 10 seasons at Baltimore, at Dunbar in Baltimore, Wade winning percentage was over 900.
Exist and to be given the opportunity to coach on the next level at the University of Maryland.
The San Diego Padres' Lamar Hoyt faces possible imprisonment after being caught attempting to smuggle 500 Valium tablets and Quaaludes over the border from Tijuana. This is the third incident within the last 10 months involving Hoyt, the 1983 Cy Young Award winner, when he had a record of 24-10 with the Chicago White Sox. Hoyt also faces disciplinary action from Baseball Commissioner P.D. Uberoth. With the first game of the season less than a month away, the SU basketball team has been ready practicing out at Manley Fieldhouse.